Hi everyone. Thank you so much for waiting for me to come on. What happened is I checked in on Sheila's live and she sent me an invite, and I said, oh well, I'll join her for a bit too. So so then I scheduled this for a bit later. I don't know if you were watching me with Sheila and Jeff on Sheila's channel, but if you want to see that, I think we should be wrapping up soon. And if you want to see that, you can certainly go and have a look. Hi Apple, Jane Finley English, uncover the news. I've written down the questions that you've asked because they're great questions. Shelby Lisa, hello. Yeah, the mice plague, it is getting pretty bad here in Australia. In fact, it's gotten so bad that mice got into a house, I can't remember where, but they chewed on all the wiring and apparently it caused a fire, and the whole house was destroyed. I think that's how it happened. Hi Beverly Spencer. So I'm here for the next hour and a half or so, or possibly 2 hours. We'll just see how long you want to go. Yeah. So I hope that you have that you've had if you've been watching things. Hi Travels. Irish, unless, well, it's British, Irish, Northern Irish. I don't think it's whatever. It's yeah, could be Irish, but it is definitely the country is. I did read on the country that I thought it was Scottish. It's an Irish ultra low cost airline. It is Irish, Dublin. Yeah, so yeah, it is Irish, but I do feel that the government, the Irish government, are going to take it to the courts. Why did Garland stop and appeal Miller Bar document? I don't think Garland did that. I think it was the GOP who were appealing for it to be stop the release. So yeah, I think that might be the other way around, that it's the GOP. Hi Laura Carlson. Melinda Dutra, hello. Yeah, hi Amy Smith. I'll just double check that. GOP bar memo. Yes, all but one page is redacted. Yeah, the DOJ appeals the order to release the full memo on why Donald Trump. Yeah, so no, it was the GOP who did that, not Garland. So yeah. Oh, the DOJ. Oh yeah, the DOJ, yeah. Partially appealing an order to publicly release the pivotal 2019 memo about whether then, I think, just passing through my head, it's because there's something that they don't want released quite yet, something that they're following up on. So they don't want to stop. There's just one part of it they want. Yeah, no, you're right. You're right, Laura. That's exactly true. It is Garland. Because they want something. There's one part of it they don't want to release. Most of it it's okay with. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I don't mind being corrected if I've got something wrong. I was just replacing DOJ with GOP for some reason. So that's why I try and ask for objectivity and all that. And I double checked. I just hopped on there and double checked, and you're right. Yeah. Yeah, it's probably something to do with that. Anyway, I got some questions. got a fresh coffee, and yeah, so let's see. Kirsten from Uncover the News had put up some questions earlier. If you got any questions, just put them in all caps, okay? Yeah, it's just off the top of my head. I'll do a quick reading on that, okay? Just to confirm what went through my head. Okay. What flipped? Knight of Pentacles. Yeah. The Fool. The Greedy Merchant. Yeah, there's a part of the memo. I feel that it's definitely there's some legal reason why they want it kept not released at the moment. Got the Fool, start on a new journey. They feel like it's going to lead to new indictments or new cases. Greedy Merchant. Yeah, could lead to indictments against Trump. Yeah, there's definitely something there. And they feel like if they release that section, it's going to kill any chances of them being able to follow up an investigation. So there's definitely stuff that that they don't want released because it could jeopardize a further case. Yeah, some more celebration. Yeah, it's start. It's a start. This is the page. Yeah, it's definitely something that they feel that if that part is released at this stage, it's going to jeopardize an investigation that's pretty much at its start, at its genesis at the moment. So that's what that's all about. Okay. Will the mouse plague in Australia get worse? Been many, many years since we've had it this bad. Let's have a look. Hi, Melinda. Hi, Clarence. It does. It can be hard to keep up, can't it? Mice plague in Australia. Guides the highest truth and compassion. Yes, I do think it's going to get worse before it gets better. But there are several groups working together. So, yes, it is going to get worse before it starts to get better. And it's going to cost people so much. And they are looking at ways in which to do it, in which to deal with it. Hi, Nancy Lee. It is highly, it's going to cost a lot. A lot of farms are going to be devastated by it. There are several groups working on it. Okay. We will be able to stand our own, and there's going to be new ways in which it can be dealt with coming out, and there's going to be I feel like this is action taken to attack, you know, to deal with it. So they're working on the actions that they need to do, talking about the actions they need to do to deal with it. We will be able to start getting the better of it soon, but it is still going to get a bit worse first. And then it's going to be temperance, restrained, start dying down a bit. But it's it's going to, there are going to be some offers of help, and there's going to be offers to help people get through the difficult time that they're going to have recovering from this, people on the land. But there are going to be some that just can't do it anymore. It is going to drive quite a few people off the farms, and they just can't do it anymore. It's just like one more thing, and they might take on offer on their land or something and just leave. Whitby loves you guys too. And so yeah, it's still got, it's going to get worse before it gets better, but they will be able to. But it's not, these aren't major arcana cards, so it's not going to be years or anything yet. Probably next couple of months or something. It'll get worse for the next few months, and then they'll be able to start getting on top of it. But yeah, things like these are devastating. And it's not just the fact that they're you know, getting into crops, getting into houses, and you know, just getting into the wiring and all that. There's people can get sick from them as well. These aren't your cute little domestic mice that that you buy from a shop. I'm reading on the mouse plague in Australia, Amy. So just if you just hang on for a minute, guys, I'm just going to grab Whitby to have him come in and say hello. So well, you might like to see them. Come here. Hey, Bubba boy, would you like to come and say hello? Yeah? Come here. Come to Mummy. Come to Mummy. Whitby, come to Mummy. Come here. Come to Mummy. Oh, yeah. Come on. Oh. Come and say hello. Say hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Yeah, like he's really loving it. Oopsie daisy. Oh. Hey, how's that? Say hello, everybody. Yeah, you love Mummy. Mummy loves you. You stink. You need a bath. Come here with me. Just sit. Sit. Be a gentleman. There we go. Oh. There you go. I thought I'd say hello to Whitby. He is adorable. Oh. Yeah, he's a sweetie. He's a real sweetie. Let's see. Okay, will Trump's bad karma bill come due soon? Well, let's have a look at that. Will his bad karma bill be due soon? I'm still getting June. And Yeah, so if you want to, if you were watching Sheila earlier, you'll see that I joined her for an hour, her and Jeff, and yeah. So just going to do something here. Okay. I want to have a play with something. Oopsie daisy. I want to see if I can put a background in. It does. Oh, here we are. Banners, comments, settings, private. Background. Let's see. Oh, now the question was, is Trump's bad karma bill going to be coming due soon? Well, there is some celebration and some support for that. Nine of Cups. This is wishes coming true. So if we're going to go strictly yes, no, this is a definite yes. Six of Wands. Victory. Victory. That's a yes card. Four of Wands. Celebration. The Knight of Swords. Somebody talking. A little bit of disappointment. Not as... Then the Ace of Wands. That's a big yes with a big stick. So... yeah. Yeah. I'd say definitely yes. There's people are starting to talk. People are starting to make deals. This is definitely with the Sivan situation and Letitia James situation. People are starting to talk. The World, resolution. What goes around comes around. And the Seven of Swords, theft. What comes around goes around. Or what goes around comes around. Resolution. Yeah, I'd say yes, it is definitely going to start, what do you call it, coming due soon. So, yep. I'd say there's definitely going to be stuff happening soon. I lost the comments, guys. Private chat. There it is, the chat. Yeah. Okay. No, that's private chat. Oh my goodness. I've lost your comments. Oh my goodness. Comments. There we go. Yeah, you're back. Any potential witnesses being threatened? Okay. Yes, India is having a black fungus epidemic. They have no space to burn their dead. Yeah. Hi, Debbie. Hi, GMR5. Hi, Deborah Costro. Linda B, hello. Who's joined? So are any potential witnesses being threatened? One is scared for their safety. Hi, John S. Joji, hi. You know what? I really didn't. I forgot to go out and look for it. Yeah, I know. The same way I forgot to go and look out for the Christmas star last year, which is, I mean, 800 years, and my one and only chance to see it, and I was just caught up in other things. Oh, there's definitely been some threats, some lies, just some threats. Mercenary people coming out to hurt things. There's been, yeah, if you talk, you know, you'll be sorry. I'll send my people after you. Hi, Sharon Sipe. The Empress. But okay, so here are the lies and deceptions and hidden problems. We're coming out and talking about things, but this is the Empress. This is protection. This is putting your veil of protection and care over them. So they are definitely going to be, okay, 10 of Cups. This is good. This is the family of ghosts are chasing death. You can see Death there, and he's running away with his scythe, and he's got all these ghosts chasing him. These people will be protected. They have been getting threats, but they are being protected and watched. 8 of Pentacles, because of what they know, they've made deals. And the 9 of Pentacles sitting pretty. Yeah, they're going to be okay. Nobody's going to be able to get to them. The amount of details they have, and they've made these deals, and part of that deal is protection. So, yeah. Hi, Sharon Sipe. Now, the other question that Uncover the News asked was, Jeff Bezos has bought MGM, and that means he has bought The Apprentice and all associated materials with The Apprentice. And Uncover the News asked, hi, Pamela Bryant. Thank you for joining us. Uncover the News asked, will Jeff Bezos release all those videos from behind the scenes of Trump, behind the scenes on The Apprentice, you know, where he's seen, you know, doing naughty things, using bad language, things like that. Will they be released? Oh, offer. Might offer it. I don't know if there's any affiliates of MGM, like any of the cable news or affiliates. That'll be interesting. Patricia Franzion, hello, welcome. The 8 of Swords. There might be some restrictions on what he can release legally. Cups, the Queen of Cups. Linda B, did I say hi to you? I am reading on Pamela Bryant, and everyone who's watching as well, thank you for watching. I do appreciate you doing that. I'm reading on whether Jeff Bezos will release Trump's video from behind the scenes on The Apprentice. Apparently there's a lot of behind the scenes video that shows Trump in not the best light. So if he's going to be releasing stuff. So yeah. And everyone, please remember to thumbs up as well. That does help my channel. Why are the GOP and Manchin blocking for the People's Act? Support Three of Swords, Eight of Cups, walking away. What he has from Trump, King of Swords. Yeah, he is going to be restricted in what he can release for some reason. There could be some issues of prosecution if he releases stuff that, yeah, the outtakes, will they get leaked? Investigation. I'll tell you what, yes, there's going to be some stuff released or leaked, whatever. Some people who have been watching Donald for years are going to feel really betrayed. Really betrayed. And this is the Three of Swords card I held up. Sorry, it's a bit hard to show sometimes. And so it'll even cause some, not his base, but some people who were okay with him to just walk away. And it's gonna, I do feel it's going to cause more people who were on the show to come out and talk about their experience on the show as well. But they've got to be careful. I do feel, yeah, abuse. It's definitely going to show abuse. It's going to cause a bit of chaos for Trump as well that he wasn't expecting. And yeah, it is going to, people are going to start talking as well about their experience on the show. There are going to be some restrictions on what he can release, but leaks, you know, are a bit of a different thing. And he can say, oh, well, we are going to investigate things. So, yeah, stuff's going to come out. Stuff's going to come out now that Jeff Bezos has that stuff, has the outtakes and stuff. I do feel like there's going to be an investigation and possibly prosecution attached to it, and I was wondering why. But then I realised there's the Five of Swords. Just confused. I do feel some footage has gone missing, but there'll be an investigation into that. The grand jury. Now, that is really, and apparently this is no ordinary grand jury, because the most grand juries in the past, or if you need more than 1 day a week for the grand jury, the usual practice is 2 days a week for sitting on a grand jury, because, people have jobs and all that. But this one's convening for 3 days a week, this grand jury, for an as yet and they've set no time frame on it. It's not, 1 month or 3 months or whatever. So this is a really different grand jury. So now, will some of the Proud Boys be disappointed with Trump when things start coming out from the grand jury? Well, things don't leak from the grand jury. In order to get a grand jury, you have to have a certain amount of real evidence, and they've already had a grand jury of sorts, and then it's been stepped up further. So yeah, so will some of the Proud Boys, will they be disappointed in Trump? He's been helping them get money. Yes. But not really. They don't care. They really don't care, because it just they're just supporting him because he's financed them in all. But what have we got here? We've got the devil, we've got death, the devil. It's definitely, and the corrupt king. And we've got, you know what, this is, whether he wants it to or not, this grand jury is going to impact his relationship with the Proud Boys. We've got the Hermit, things that have been kept quiet. But they made a deal with him. Gaslight, justice. You know what? They're not going to care about the relation, about what Trump's doing with what comes out of the grand jury. But what they should care about is there's justice coming in their future. Deals being made about deals, news about deals, and about trying to force changes. There's the Hermit, there's death, there's the devil, gaslighting. Okay, and this is deals that they made, gaslighting with the corrupt king for money, to try to help with the gaslighting. But they're going to be, they're in a lot of trouble on their own. No, they're not going to be, disappointed in him, in anything that comes out with the grand jury, because they just care about him giving them money. Hi, Judith Gash. They've got some high impact things happening to them. They might have to make deals themselves. This deal they're going to make. A lot of them are in a lot of trouble. Let's see. Is this deal they're going to make? Is this about 1-6? Yes. Momentum. Yes. That's a definite yes. It is about 1-6 and about his trying to cap victory offerings. It's going to be surprising that they've actually decided to come out and consequences. Yeah, there's going to be consequences. Yeah. They're going to serve jail times, the ringleaders from the Proud Boys. They won't get out of that. But they might not end up being charged with treason if they cooperate. There will be some consequences because it was an act of insurrection, treason. And, yeah. These guys don't want to spend the rest of their lives in prison. They're the Proud Boys. They want to be able to be in the community and subdue women and things like that. So that's the Proud Boys. I think I want to have a look. I'm going to have a look too at the Oath Keepers. They're the other organised group that were there. The Proud Boys were one, and the other was the Oath Keepers, which are unfortunately ex-law enforcement, ex-military. Hi, Nasty Women Tarot. Hi, Teresa Sharon at Nasty Women. Hi, Teresa Judy. You're going to sing to the full moon. Yeah, I missed it. I didn't go out and look at it at all. Like I did that wonderful reading on it and I forgot to go out and look at it. It's like when I did that reading on the Christmas star last year, you know, only the first time in 800 years that alignment was happening and what it meant, and I forgot to go out and look for it. Oh, my goodness. Let's see. Oath Keepers, what have they got? What's happening with them? Will they be facing consequences? 10 of Swords. Oh, yeah. The one thing they did by turning up and being part of that was betray everything they're supposed to stand for. Temperance, restraint. Journey, 6 of Swords, journeying into calmer waters. I feel like this restraint is restraint on their activities. We're talking about the Oath Keepers now. We had a look at the Proud Boys and what they thought about how they would feel with things coming out of the grand jury about Trump, and they don't care, and neither do the Oath Keepers. The Lovers, they made a deal too. In fact, the deal card with the Proud Boys was only the 2 of Cups. This is the Lovers, so they were even more involved in the planning than than the Proud Boys were. Here's the Queen of Cups again. The Proud Boys got them as well. That is they thought they were protecting people, or that's not what they really thought. That's the excuse that they used, and the Proud Boys used the same thing as well. Here's the 9 sitting pretty, but that's on top of the. They've got it. They're going to have to transfer some rough waters in order to get into a more comfortable position. Yeah, they betrayed people by making this deal. They betrayed everything they believe in to make this deal, and the temperance and restraint they should have had. No, they didn't practice the temperance and restraint that they should have practiced as a group, and they've put themselves right up there on the domestic terrorism list now. 8 of Pentacles, lots of details. They know a lot of details, and the 5 of Wands about the conflict and what they were sent there to do. Ace of Pentacles, funding. They were offered funding as well. Page of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune. This is always going to happen. And we've got the King of Pentacles as well, the corrupt king. Okay, they've got things happening that they cannot avoid. There's a change in their fortune, and they can't avoid it. These guys aren't going to cooperate. And it's really going to be bad for them. 7 of Wands, they're going to have to individually stand. 9 of Wands, they're going to be embattled. 7 of Swords, the theft, the abuse. They're not going to be able to avoid legal consequences of their actions. And 9 of Cups, 5 of Cups, loss. 4 of Pentacles. Ooh, they're going to be in a very shaky and insecure position, the Oath Keepers. The only thing they can do is make a deal with prosecutors and speak what they know. But I'm not sure that they will. I do feel like the Proud Boys will probably break. Okay, now let's have a look at what's on my list. Anyone got any questions before I go to my list? They are, the Oath Keepers are. Yeah, they should lose their pensions. If they were at the insurrection and took part in it, perhaps, yeah. There's other ways to protest. Will some of them lose their pensions? Will some of the Oath Keepers lose their benefits? Oh, Trump's not going to have that pension for long. It's going to be proven that he cheated. And hello to everyone who's watching, who's not on the comment. Thank you very much. Who's not in the chat, thank you very much for joining. And hello, and thank you to everyone who watches later, which I know people do. And I really do appreciate anyone who watches. And please hit the like button. That helps. Will some of them lose their pensions? Yeah, I do feel some of them will. They will lose their benefits if they're found guilty. If they're found guilty, you're not going to lose your benefit if you just turned up there and you were out in the outer crowd and just waving banners and all that sort of stuff. But if you were found guilty of going into that capital, then you probably lose your benefits. But if you were out in the peripheral crowd, the ones that didn't storm or anything, but were just, yelling and screaming, you would have been deemed to having, enacting your right to protest. But where that went from not consequences is when you joined the breach mob that went up past a certain place where you were not allowed to go and into that building. That's where you're in the trouble, and that's where you're in danger of losing your benefits. Okay. And some will go to jail. Some of them will go to jail. Yeah. This is a jail card. And the need for lawyers. Legal jeopardy. Yeah. And some of them will end up insecure in the future, financially insecure and all that, because they'll have lost, benefits that they earned, but, How is Mitch McConnell? Yes, they will. No. The comment was that the Proud Boy, I feel that the Proud Boys had a deal, this is Shelby Lisa, and will flip with the insurrection organisers, and will flip, and the Oath Keepers will not flip. Yeah, they won't. The Oath Keepers will go to jail. So, Trump has no recourse. He can't pardon them or anything. How is Mitch McConnell? Let's have a look at Mitch McConnell. What's going on with Mitch McConnell? Present. Oh, he's going through a bit of a tough passage at the moment. Hi, Connie Brown. Past. He was sitting pretty in the past. He was sitting pretty in the past. Everything, he had his position as a majority leader. The future for him at the moment. Oh, the future's going to be a bit burdensome for him. He's going to be going through a bit of a tough time. So he's starting that rough journey at the moment. In the past, he was sitting pretty. He was the majority leader. He could tell people what to do. You see Mel Dewar with Linda G. Mel Dewar, who hops on with Linda G for a couple of weeks. He does the best Mitch McConnell impersonation, possibly because he's from Kentucky too. But anyway, Mitch is really going to start feeling some burdens in his future. The reasons for this: investigations, investigations into his, he's very much my way or the highway with the other senators. You do it this way, or, there's going to be some investigations into his tactics with the other senators and what he's basically blackmailing them It might not even be for anything criminal, just stuff they might have done when they were young and stupid, you know. But there's definitely going to be some investigations into there, especially about and the outcome for him. Page of Wands, someone talking about his actions. Someone talking about his actions with the Page of Wands. So what else is that going to lead to? Oh, past actions coming back. Hi, Nancy Lee. The Fool, a new journey for him. Loss. You know, he's not going to go to jail or anything, but he's definitely facing a new start, things coming back to haunt him, and loss. Suspension. Lisa Murkowski, she's on board with the January 6th Commission. Oh, that's good. That's good. Collins supports the commission. Okay, will the commission go through? Let's have a look. Will the 1/6 commission be passed? Romney, yes. I do feel like Murkowski is going to end up in a very strong leadership position within the Senate, GOP in the Senate. Hi, Kim King. Gorgeous moon greeting to you too. Oh, yes. They need 60, or they can go with reconciliation. Will they get enough votes, Republican votes? Will the 1/6 commission pass the Senate? Maybe. Yes. Yes. Yes, because there's a real need that the processes of government need to be followed. And this is, you know, there's no hope of regaining sanity within the political arena without this. There's no hope of routing the bad apples without this commission. And that's needed. Seven of Pentacles. Yes, there will be assessment. Yes, yes, definitely. Yeah, it's going to pass. It will pass. Collins, why is Collins saying she'll do it? Because of the trouble she's in Maine with the campaign election fund thing, that investigation. She wants to divert from that, and she thinks it'll earn her brownie points. Yeah, don't be surprised if she backs out, but she's in trouble with the donations and stuff. So she wants some brownie points. So but it is going to pass. It's going to pass. Okay. I want to have a look at Has anyone got... question. The DOJ can't really stop the audits. Will the Supreme Court stop the audits? Hierophant, it is going to reach the Supreme Court. 9 of Pentacles. Because they are dealing with elections, and that is a federal matter. 6 of Wands. 9 of Pentacles. Victory. The Hierophant, that's the court. 10 of Pentacles. I asked, will they stop these audits? And I do think they will. Yes. Because there is a federal election commission or something, isn't there? The FEC or something. I think the FEC will probably take this audit business to the Supreme Court to say enough is enough. And I think the Supreme Court will overturn it and say no. I think part of what they're going to have to do is to have a date in which all audit procedures have to be, all requests for audits have to be put in by, and then that's it. You cannot request an audit after that date. And audits have to be completed by a certain date or they get stopped. The FEC is corrupt, is it? Is the FEC corrupt? Well, somebody's going to, I don't know if it'll be the FEC, that's a logical step for me, but somebody is going to take it to the Supreme Court. Okay. The For the People Act. Why are they blocking the For the People Act? Well, straight off the top of my head, it's because if those changes are put in, it just lessens their chances of being able to cheat. Because the consequences of it passing, it's going to take a lot of their ability to pass these election laws in the states away from them, a lot of their ability to pass those election suppressions, voting suppression laws. So the consequences for them, there would be consequences for the Republicans. Why Joe Manchin's doing it? He's getting paid. High Priestess, this for entertainment purposes only. The High Priestess, there's secrets and agendas and lies. It's going to make it harder for them to do these things. It's going to have to lead to honest campaigning on their part. It makes it harder to manipulate state laws and Congress. Stability, it will sort of return stability to the voting system. Yeah, make it harder for them to win the way they do, and judgment. It will, people will look at the Voting Rights Act, or the For the People Act. They'll look at what's put in place there, and they'll start looking at the state laws and see the laws that the states have put in, and see, you know, oh my God, how much their rights to vote have been taken away. And it's really stupid to do this, because Republican voters get affected as well, you know, because there's more Democrat and independent voters than Republicans. They think it's going to make it easier for Republicans to win. But the fact is that Republican voters get suppressed as well. So say if they suppress 30% of the votes for the others, they suppress 30% of the votes for Republicans as well. Yeah, and if it's passed, people are going to start looking at what's in this act and what's in their voting laws in their state, and they're going to realise it. And yeah, and this will be a legacy piece of legislation, meaning that it will, it's a once in a generation type of legislation that really changes things in the country for the better. Well, the thing is For the People Act, it puts in, I'm not quite sure how it works, but it will affect the state laws. Because yes, states do have the right to say how they're going to administer an election, but they do have it institutes thresholds and all that. I do know it'll make a big difference. Yep. Okay, let's have a look. There is a push for a global minimum corporation tax. A global minimum corporation tax worldwide. Elizabeth Warren's been talking about it. She's been pushing for something like this. And is this ever going to come to fruition? Not global. I get not global. Because it's going to be felt as a burden. You've definitely got no. No, it's not going to be global, but there are going to be groups of countries that get together to look at corporation taxes and all that and set things. So it is going to lead to this idea is going to lead to some changes that but it's also going to mean, yeah, in some countries it's just not going to happen. It's going to be struck down. But there's going to be groups of countries with different ideas. Where, yes, it's thought to be a good idea. The EU, I think, might come on board with that, but not global. Yeah. And but I do feel like it could be like the EU and this group of countries and that group of countries. Like there could be some Commonwealth countries coming together. So it won't be global in that they won't all have the same thing. There's going to be some countries that just no, they're not going to do it. They're going to do their own thing. But there's going to be groups of countries. I feel the EU might be a group, and some others that, yes, they are going to impose this, minimum tax, but it's not going to be a global thing. And the US, the EU is going to be different in what they state is the minimal to what the US is going to state. Canada might join in with the US because of the relationship across the border with them. New Zealand might, but I don't know that Australia's going to do it. Certainly not with a Liberal government in. So, yeah. Yeah, I think that might be the argument. Pamela Bryant has got January 6th is when the presidential election ended. The Constitution states that full stop. So honestly, these audits are not going to achieve anything. They're a waste of time and money. But if the GOP want to spend that money rather than, putting it where it needs to go, into really, it needs to go into outreach programs to their constituents and, research to what they want and things like that. But no, they'd rather waste it. Yeah. The question, cryptocurrency. Elon Musk has had a bit of a currently called the crypto king or something at the moment because of his he says jump and cryptocurrency says how high and stuff like that. What is the future of cryptocurrency? Night, John S. Thank you for joining us. What is the future for cryptocurrency? Hi, Crazy Cat Lady Farley. It's lovely to see you. Thank you for joining me so late. I appreciate you joining me. Cryptocurrency. Oh, it needs investigation. Needs restraint. It came about so quickly and took over things so quickly that proper restraint was not put in place. This is something where if you're not careful. Hi, Hope Green. It's lovely to see someone new here. It's 4:50 a.m. there. Wow. Where are you? 11:50. Are you in England? Hope Green, are you in the UK? It's something where people make the same mistakes over and over and over, and they can lose bigly if they invest too much. So it's something that can be a bit of a trap for people. Okay, why it can often have strong showings. It can also be its own worst enemy with self-sabotage. Hugs back to you too, John S. You have a good night's sleep. Yeah, it's very much something that people who want to take shortcuts to riches get into. Greedy merchants. It's sort of like, it will make all my dreams come true type thing. They buy into that. But it's not as steady and as stable as it should be. Yeah, people often fall asleep at the wheel. Nancy Lee, Dems do have the power. Hi, Pam Pierce. Hi, Good Samaritan. Because they're hobbled by two of the senators. And, yeah, so it's not quite as simple for them as to just go ahead and do it. We're looking at cryptocurrency at the moment. There are consequences. If you get involved at the right time, you can get some very, your ship can come in and you can make money. But you really need to be restrained if you're going to be investing in it. Be very restrained. Don't put anything in it that you cannot afford to lose. If you do that, if you put stuff in it that you can't afford to lose, that's where the mistakes come in. That's really a repetitive pattern, and what you're going to get back is not what you were hoping for. With cryptocurrency, it will be like, oh, I was expecting more. It's not a quick way to riches. And if you yes, your ship can come in with it, but then there's if you're not careful, you can lose everything. So there's good and bad consequences with it. If you're very careful and restrained and savvy, you can use it and you can get some good results and some cause for celebration. But honestly, it's not the most stable of things to get into. The Hermit. There's still so much to learn about it. There's stuff that not necessarily the best. There's some things hidden. So, and if an offer appears to be too good to be true, it probably is. You have to be really careful. I'm going to have a look at the actual, I'll do a quick 5-card cross on it as well. Okay, let's have a look here. We're going to do that. So that was a general reading on cryptocurrency, but let's have a look at the future of it. Cryptocurrency, the standing stone, justified. Justice. This is the standing stone. This is 11. This is justice. People are justified in feeling a bit shaky about it. In the past, it has offered, and to some, it seems to be a way to an abundance of riches. In the past. In the future, harvest, judgment. There's going to be some judgment on it. These are all major arcana, so high impact. In the future, judgment, but judgment is also about the harvest. It's also about waking up to the realities of this, of cryptocurrency and the dangers of it, and to investing too much in it. The reason and the causes for this is the 9 of Wands. Yeah. It can too easily be embattled. It can too easily be challenged, like with Elon Musk saying something about this cryptocurrency or that. It's like, so it's too easily challenged and plunged into a battle, basically, of trying to regain its value. The outcome for cryptocurrency, it's always going to be something you've got to be careful with, manipulate, juggle. It's a juggling act. Cryptocurrency is always, it's not going to go anywhere, but it's always going to be a juggling act, and it's always going to be, this is the horned god, this is the emperor. Yeah, the emperor. It's always going to be a little bit of it's a real balancing act to get any real stability for future stability of it, real financial stability long term of it. It's not a long term thing. Knight of Chalices. It can be too good to be true at times, and this gap, which reminds me of the traditional right-of-way gap in the hedge for the Ace of Pentacles, repeated mistakes because the offer is too good to be true as well, and this is something to be careful. So it's not going anywhere, but it can be too easily plunged into chaos. So it's always going to be something that's going to be a juggling act to get into. Will it be the way of things in the future? Not for quite a while yet. It's still got a way to go before it becomes a stable force. At the moment, you want a lot of people arrested, but Laura Carlson. Yeah. No, you have to be patient, guys. The reason the DOJ is taking its time, the reason Ty Vance and Letitia James, they want it to stick. And when they go ahead and when they do things, it's going to stick. Will people go to jail over 1/6? Oh yes, there is some huge tower moments coming for some people. Huge tower moments. 5 of chalices, loss. There's loss coming for people over 1/6. Their role in some things are going to come to light. People are going to go to jail, guys. You just have to be patient. The high priest is the Hierophant. That is institutional processes going through. People are going to be out in the cold. They're going to be suffering losses because of their involvement in 1/6. There are some people now who are in a very insecure position. There are some people who are really anxious. They're tracing resources, money that went to people. 8 of Pentacles, details. Nature, the devil. They're not going to get away with it. People are not going to get away with what they've done. There's going to be resolution. There's going to be resolution. This is the world tree. This is the world resolution. 10 of Wands. Embattlement. Yeah, they're not going to get away with it, guys, but it is going to require patience. They want it to stick, and that means it's going to take longer. It is frustrated and is annoying to see that there's been over 500 indictments, but the thing is, and charges laid, but the thing is, they then have to go through the system, and that in itself takes a while. Even if these cases are pushed up because of the importance of them. Hi, Helena Harrison. It's still going to take a while. People are going to go to jail. People are going to suffer the consequences of their actions. Crew, yep. Okay. Okay. The Texas law on handguns People will be able to carry handguns without a license. What is that going to do? That makes my head hurt. What effect is that going to have? Is that going to lead to an increase in shootings in Texas? Because it's going to make it easier for people to buy handguns without a license. It might mean that the underground, the black market gun sale, I mean, it might have an effect on that. Prince of Swords. Six of Cups. Passings. Insecurity. It's not going to help. It's not going to have the desired effect. Ace of Wands. It's going to cause trouble. Is that going to have Judgment? Yeah. And I asked, is it going to lead to an increase in shootings? And yes, it is. Definitely. Judgment. The Fool. They're not. I feel this should be reversed. I feel like Texas is not really going to be prepared for what's going to happen. Nine of Pentacles. They think, oh yes, everything's going to be fine, but it's not. Five of Cups. Loss. It's going to lead to loss. Justice. People are going to feel justified in feeling uneasy about that. God, people are going to... I don't want to say it. I don't want to give that power to that. But, yeah, it's going to lead to restrictions. People are going to be afraid to go out. I do feel it's going to lead to an increase of people in jail because of shootings, but it's also going to... Texans are going to start feeling scared to go out. And Texans are going to... I do feel like Texans are going to get... If they go into other states with their unlicensed handguns, oh, they're going to end up in jail in other states as well. Let's see. What's this effect this is going to have? Let's see. At present, Texans are going, yeehaw! Oh, this is just exactly what it means. It was really foolish move. In the past, Two of Cups. In having to get a license, you were making a deal with the state of Texas for your handgun, that you would act responsibly, that you would be subject to the laws, that, you know, you had certain agreements that if you breached the conditions, you could lose your license to carry. You know, there were things in place. In the near future. Actually, actually, this came out reverse, so I'll keep that reverse. Not celebrations. It's going to be families torn apart. Families torn apart. Oh, God. Imagine you don't need a handgun and your family is subject to abuse, domestic abuse in your home, whether it's men or wives or, an abuse. This is it's going to tear even more families apart oh my God. Where somebody might have just been beaten before, they're going to be shot now. You know what I mean? Oh, families being torn apart. The reason, the causes of this happening. The outcome of this law is the institutions are going to have to step in. Government and institutions are going to have to step in. Unlicensed firearms. Five of Pentacles. Strength. This will change. This will be changed. It's inevitable that this will not stand. But we've got 3 major arcana here, which time-wise it's still going to take time. But this law is going to be put out in the cold. It's going to be redacted because they're going to have to. And they'll have to have an amnesty for unlicensed firearms, handguns. There's still going to be a black market for automatic machines and all that sort of stuff. Maybe they thought that they would be helping fight that because handguns are one of the, but still it cannot stand. It is going to have to change. But the people of Texas are going to suffer as a result. This is not good. Yeah. I don't know how that change is going to come about, but it's going to have to. It's inevitable. It cannot stand. It cannot stand. There's going to be considerable pressure and strength brought down on the state of Texas to change things. And they're not prepared for what's going to happen. I just pray for the state of Texas at the moment. Yeah, no. If you don't, you know what? You might not be breaking state law if these other states go ahead with this, but you will be breaking federal law. And the ATF and the US Marshals will be cracking down on it. So they can't change federal laws. So people will still get in trouble, but it's going to cause a lot of pain before it's, because prayers for the people of Texas. Ted Cruz. he really stuffed up with that. With that video. What else is on my list? Anyone got some questions? I'm happy to take some questions. I'm going to go for another half hour. So throw some questions at me, guys. Hope, you're in the UK area. You got any questions about Boris or Keir Starmer? Is the South trying to foment a civil war? Will anything stick with MTG after her Holocaust comment? Will she be taken out? Okay, 2 questions. We'll start with the Civil War one. They certainly want the southern states to start out on a new journey on their own. Well, some people there want that. They feel they'd be better off. That's what they have been feeling. At present, no. The actual processes, the government, they don't want a civil war because they know that it would cost them. It would cost them in money, in resources. If they tried to break away, secession, it's like, no, they need the federal government. They need funds from the federal government. They know all that would be lost. But this is something that is hidden influences. There are just some people who feel like it's time for the South to stand on its own, you know. But there are a lot more people in the South who are like, no freaking way. But there are people who feel like it's fated. It's going to happen. It's fate. And this is a hidden influence amongst some people, but not enough. Advice. The advice is if they tried to do this it would not turn out well for them. Their governments, their people would turn on them. I really do feel like, this would really be the end of any state that tries to do this. Any governor, it's the end of their reign of power in that state, and they will not get back in for years. So it is not a wise thing to do, because the changes that would happen would be unavoidable and irreversible. Possible outcome, Prince of Cups. Yeah, no, it's they would end up having to crawl back and, offer, I'm so sorry, like the husband who did wrong by his wife, I'm so sorry, his chocolates and flowers and everything. Roman Prochasetic, the young lad from Belarus. I did a reading on him with Sheila and Jeff on Sheila's channel, but I will have a look at that again. Okay, I will have a look at him again. It's not looking good, guys, at the moment for him. So there. Now, the question was, after that, there was a question on, will anything stick? Marjorie Taylor Greene, after her absolutely horrendous comments. They were horrendous, absolutely horrendous comments. Her party won't do anything. Five of Cups. There's definitely going to be loss here. Disappointment. It's a bit hard to read. Disappointment, losses, and regret. They're already starting to regret, They've already started it. In the past, Four of Cups. They did not, they were very apathetic towards, they thought they could control her. But they can't. She's too much of a liar. Hi, Sheila Inquisitive. How are you? Isn't it quite late there? Hi, Louis Amor. Let the great universe crush your dreams and hope never to return. Well, that's a bummer. Louis Amor. Hi, Susan Alley. Yeah. So what will we do with Louis? Time out for you, buddy. Hi, you did 12:15 a.m. Don't you have to go to work tomorrow? You need to get to bed. Well, we're looking at Marjorie Taylor Greene, and is she going to, are the Republicans going to do anything? Is she going to get a comeuppance? So, yeah, they've been fairly apathetic about her in the past, really, really apathetic. But this is something that's just something they can't ignore, and I think they're a bit disappointed about that. Ace of Pentacles in her future, but it is reversed, so I'll just have to bring it up to the light because it's a bit hard to read. Materialism and possessiveness. To her, it's all about power, possessing power and getting money. It's not about people. That's going to become even clearer and clearer in the future. Knight of Cups reversed. Temperamental, devious and unreliable. Well, of course, that's the reason. That just describes her to a T. And you know what? This is the only reason they're clinging on to her is the power, but they're going to lose donors because of her. They're going to lose donors because of her. So in the future, and yeah, because of her, she's temperamental, devious and unreliable. What is the future for her in the party? 10 of Cups, attainment, emotional fulfillment and joy. At the moment, they're not going to get rid of her. They give her votes. Oh, but the High Priestess reversed. Hidden motivation. That's going to come out. King of Coins. Successful. Oh, the Ace of Swords, abuse of power. Yeah, she's there to abuse things, and they're not going to do anything with her at the moment. She's going to be continuing to be abusive, and abusive position, abusive. They're not going to do crap about her. Not going to do crap. They've taken her off her committee assignments. That's it. But they're going to start losing donors. Is she going to run for president in the future? Let's have a look at that. Is she going to run for president in the future? Okay, the situation. Is she going to run for president in the future? Oh, God, yes, she's going to try. She's going to try. Haste, action, rashness, and strife. She's going to bring all those things about. The Knight of Swords. She's going to try. Her past, 9 of Coins. Yeah, she's going to feel that she's sitting pretty, and she's going to put a hat in the ring because she's going to feel like in the past she's done such a wonderful job and she's secured her position. The future for her, 4 of Wands. Celebration, freedom, harmony. She feels like she's going to have something to celebrate. She's going to try. Yeah, she's going to celebrate. She's going to celebrate. She's going to go for the nomination and celebrate it. This is she going to run? Not if she's even going to get the nomination, but is she going to run? Queen of Swords. I feel like this should be reversed. Yeah, no, she's not going to get very far. She's going to stuff up. And she's going to end up in the reason there's going to be celebration. The outcome. Queen of Coins reversed. Materialistic, insecure, conflict. Yeah, no, it's not going to turn out well for her. Emperor reversed. Controlling. The 4 of Wands in the future thing. 6 of Swords. Yeah, it's going to be rough. She's going to be celebrating, and then she's going to go into a rough time because she's going to be cute. Hi, Michelle Mabel. Got some night owls here. Christine Thomas, hello. Oh. So, yeah, she's going to try, but it's not going to be successful. Night, Sheila. Thank you for joining us for a little while. Any more questions? Oh, that young lad from Belarus, Roman. I did a reading on him with, I have to say, God, it didn't look good if he was going to get out of Belarus. So, well, we'll have a look here. And I'll do another one. Maybe, but I don't know. Hi, Susan Allies. Hi, Clarence. I'm so, no, don't apologise for being late. I didn't start till 10:30 my time because I was on live with Sheila Celtic Tarot. And so, Belarus, Knight of the Earth. He's really, really needing help, legal help. For in the past, he was bringing up things that the leader of Belarus once kept quiet, but he was bringing them up. He's got quite a bit of burden in his future. Quite a bit of burden in his future. Why Ace of Fire? The reason for this is because of his fire and his determination to speak and act. But he'd gone up against a real serpent. Gone up against a real serpent in that man. Ace of Earth. It might be, I did read some offers of help, some money, Page of Earth. Because he's young and he's smart. King of Fire. In his future. Five of Earth. Out in the cold. That's in his immediate future. The outcome. At the moment, I don't see him getting out of Belarus at the moment. Maybe in the future there'll be some help. There could even be a new leader in the future, but he was definitely detained because he knows a lot. And if you want to know more on that, if you go and watch Sheila Celtic Tarot from earlier, she's on there for the first half hour by herself, and then I join her, and then Jeff joins her, and we do a reading on this whole situation. So what's at stake and why he was, you know. But yeah, at the moment, his immediate future is not too good. It's not too good. I didn't see him dying, but I did see him in a very bad place. So I hope we're wrong, but no. It is sad. But, you know, the young people in Belarus, they're the real future of that country. The opposition leader, Svetlana, she's a very young lady. She's quite a young lady. Hi, Fern Robin Blank. Yeah, he does have it wrong. Any other questions, guys? I'm happy to do a little bit more of the night owl thing. Wow. A mural refurbishment at the Disney Resort on the floor. Wow, that's amazing, Christine Thomas. That's great. Now, what else can we look at? Somebody else asked some questions after the young lad. Yeah, no, he's got a lot happening. Hi, J Cat Lady. I'm sorry I missed J Cat Lady. Any other questions? You want me to read on anything? Yes, I do feel I do. I do ask my guides, I call them my guides of the highest truth and compassion. I do ask them for help and insight. I do feel that it comes in the form of the thoughts that pass through my head, especially if they're really clear. And yeah, so yes, I do feel I get downloads. I don't hear, but I get thoughts flashing through my head, and sometimes I will get something flash across my eye, like some writing just flashing across my eye, like a skywriting banner or something. You know, a banner on a plane or something. It just flashes through my eyes on some writing on a sort of banner, and I get that sometimes. That's not very often, but I do feel like that is especially strong from my guide. Yeah. So yes, Michelle Mabille, I do feel like I do get information from my spirit guides. Yes. When I started really opening up to them more, I got more than just things going through my head. You know, I got more and more things going through my head. Anyone else got any questions? Who can we look at? Have I thought of teaching? No, I haven't. I could look into that, holding some classes or something, or some workshops. So I can look into that. I still haven't finished putting my website together. I've been working on bits and pieces over months, but hopefully it'll be ready soon. I will have a look at that. I haven't thought about that before. I have, well, not in a general way. I have offered to help a friend learn. Yeah. So bloody thing. Hang on a minute. That is something that if I did some courses, I would have to sort of charge for. So I'll look into that. So it would be using Zoom, and yeah. Have a look at what I'd offer with looking at different interpretations and things like that. So yeah, I will actually give that some thought into opening up to doing some teaching. So yeah. Okay, let's have a look at anyone you want me to look at. I've looked at Mitch McConnell. I did do a reading earlier on the 1/6 Commission. We'll go through. What is going to be the outcome of this grand jury in New York? What will be the outcome of this grand jury? Will you have, okay, cool. Will you have to wait for anything 2022 for anything else to pass? Let's have a look at that. Oh, Christine Thomas. Yeah, the fact that you do murals at a Disney resort, it just speaks volumes to your talent. I don't know if you're on my Facebook, but you should put some pictures on your Facebook if you can. Oh, that's a shame. Okay, so will we have to wait for 2022 for more things, or 2023? 9 of fire, embattled. 8 of water. 2 of water. The Tower. Now, I'm going yes, no. It's actually looking moderation, consequences, justice. Death. Yeah. 8 of those. House will. We've got quite a few no's here. I've got a mix of yes and no's and some maybes, but you know what? I feel like yes, and on some things you are going to have to wait, and that's possibly for the People Act. But there's other things that are going to get through. And the things that do get through are really going to have a high impact. They're going to make some major changes, going to cause some major changes and have a high impact on somebody. That could be the 1/6 Commission. And it's going to force people to walk away. So I do feel like the 1/6 Commission is going to go through. Resources. I think they might get part of the Infrastructure Act through. Maybe. Two of Pentacles is a maybe. Yeah, you know what? I don't think you're going to have to wait till 2022 for anything else to pass. They are going to get some more things going through. I definitely think the 1/6, and that's going to have a huge impact. And I think they might go get part of the infrastructure bill through. So that's restraint and temperance. They might find a balance to get part of the infrastructure bill through, maybe the roads and bridges and all that, and they'll leave the green stuff until 2022. And they'll be justified in doing that too. So, and they'll get some resources. Yeah. You're a Facebook friend. I thought you were. Are you able to, I know because of that Disney resort and all that, are you able to post any pictures of the mural without, breaching any contract or anything like that? Because I don't want you to do that if it causes trouble for you. It might not. Yeah. Now, what was I going to look at? Okay. Joe Manchin is a Democrat. Why won't he fix the filibuster? Why won't he put an end to the filibuster? Why won't Joe Manchin put an end to the filibuster? What are his reasons? What brings him to this situation? 10 of Wands, burden. No, 10 of Water. Family, Republicans. He's a Democrat, but I do feel that his race was very close and that he only just beat the Republicans. So if he wants to stay, win his seat back at his next election, and he wants to keep the Republicans in his state on his side. So he's sort of, because it was a bit closer than he liked. He's from Virginia, isn't he? That's what's brought him to this situation. What is happening now in his present state of affairs? The innocent. He really... He really is not as smart as he thinks he is. We've got the fool here, or the innocent. Yeah, that's what I thought. So don't stress about that. But if you've got any of your own work that you can show, please feel free. I'd love to see it. Yeah, I thought that might be the case, Christine Thomas. Which Disney resort is it in? Might be able to go in and have a look and find it. Innocent, the innocent. He's not prepared. He honestly thought he'd be dealing with very conservative Democrats. And he's really got... Oh, yeah, I can look at Weisselberg. I'll ask if Weisselberg will flip. Yep, I'll do that next. Laura Carson. Resolution. The God, the Emperor. Law, stability. What a resolution may bring for him is stability. Stability. So if he'll be a much more stable footing with his party if he does the right thing with the filibuster, if he resolves this, because honestly, he's not going to, if he doesn't do the right thing, he's not going to have to worry about contesting his seat in his next election. He will get primaried by the Democratic Party. So he's got to, yeah. And he really has to get over himself. The wheel of fate. He's going to have to give into the inevitable outcome here. And judgment. He's going to have to wake up to himself. He's going to have to wake up and give in to the inevitable outcome here, which is he's going to have to vote against. Yeah. Resolve against the filibuster. And if he does, there will be stability and much better outlook for him. So that's Joe Manchin. Okay. Will Weisselberg flip? Weaselberg. Oh, wow. Beautiful. Vero Beach Disney Resort. Oh, okay. I'll go have a look. Thank you very much, Christine Thomas, for letting us know where we can find your mural. Go and have a look. Go find Vero Beach Disney Resort and, find it in their ads. Find Christine Thomas's mural. Will Weisselberg flip? I did a reading on this the other day and I got him flipping. His son, however, is really stupid. Will Weisselberg. 2 of water. That's him making a deal. The universe. 22 judgment. Not sure if that's the world or I'll have to get the book for that. Hang on a minute, because it's slightly different than. Yeah, there's a couple more. So there's 2 extra major arcana in this deck. So the universe, the ibis. Ibis nurtures the search for wisdom and the keys to real magic. The keys to real magic. Takes a flight. Embracing the unknowing, exploring the mysteries of life, extending beyond the earthly plane. The unknown bequests, commemorating greater meaning, leaving a mark. But it's also a key So, hi, Robin Arvin. Hello. So many night owls. So he's also a key. He's going to be a key witness, and he's going to leave a mark, definitely. I'd say that's a yes. Solitary, yeah. He might. So the hermit. So he might actually go into hiding for a while. He might actually even be put in protective custody. So yeah, I think he's going to flip. I do. I think he's going to flip. If he hasn't already. So what other questions can we ask? Cinema. You want Kirsten Cinema? What does she need to do? Fine, thank you, Robin. And how are you? What does Kirsten Cinema need to do? Okay. Two of fire. She had plans. And she had strategies in place, and that's brought her to where she is. Okay. I'll have a look at DeJoy too. Yep. Okay. At the moment, King of the Earth. She's looking for a level of stability at the moment. King of the Earth, that's the King of Queens. And security. She's looking at how best to secure her position within the party, so that when it comes around for her to be re-elected in 2024, she'll have the party's support. The Wheel of Fortune. Change for the good. If she resolves everything, where she wants to be, what she wants to do, how she wants to represent people, and what she should be doing within the party as a Democrat. Yes, I'm going to do Joy. She will get changes, good changes for her. This is a major arcana. It's a high impact card. How will the situation resolve? She will be, she will be have a much more stable position as a lawmaker. So she's got how to resolve the situation, is she has to play a stabilizing part within the Democratic Party with the lawmaker. I think she needs to talk to Manchin as well. Yeah. So look, there are so many incentives for doing the right thing here. She has her own issues with some of the bills, but I do feel she's given up on trying to block the thing. Page of 5. Yet she's going to realise that she will become a much more respected voice within the party if she helps resolve this. She's got to play a part in getting Manchin on board. Okay. DeJoy. I did a reading with Sheila and Jeff on DeJoy earlier, but I'll do another one now. Is he going to be gone soon? Let's have a look at that. Is he going to be gone soon? Oh. They will be arrested. Just be patient. They'll be arrested. I'm going to ask a question and we're going to see results from the grand jury within the next couple of months. I do feel, did a reading the other day that I felt his downfall was going to start in June. So anyway, DeJoy, is he going to be removed soon? They want things to stick, and that can take time. 3 of Earth, there's groups talking. Yes, they're talking amongst the board. It was felt that Biden needed to get one more person on the board, but that might not even be needed now. Knight of Air, Knight of Swords, chaos, impetuousness. 4 of Earth, he's in a very insecure position. I love this card. Look at this. The bunny pulling money out of the rat. Queen of Air, Judgment. Yep, he's going to have to face some. He's got other legal problems as well. Ace of Water. 9 of Water. Yeah, he's going to go soon, guys. He's going to go soon. There's no major arcana here. It's getting there. I would definitely look for him being gone in the next couple of months. Manchin should retire. Will he retire? Let's have a look at that. Will Manchin retire? If he's retired, is that a Republican governor? Oh, yeah. What state is he from? What state is Manchin from? Is their governor Republican or Democrat? Because if he retires and it's a Republican governor, he doesn't have to appoint a Democrat. So it might be better to keep him where he is. That's the thing. If he retires, it's up to the governor to appoint someone. Oh, ask a question. West Virginia governor is Republican. Yeah. No, we don't want Manchin to retire because the governor then appoints someone and he doesn't have to appoint a Democrat. At least I'm not sure. I mean, it might have to. It depends on the state, I guess. But my understanding is he can appoint who he wants. So, okay, what I was going to read on is, yeah, the grand jury. The grand jury. Guides of the highest truth and compassion. Help me find clarity, insight, and objectivity. Will indictments against Trump come out of the grand jury? Okay, Amy, I'll have a look at that question. Amy is just rulings on big oil. How will it help the environment? So we'll have a look. Biden's not caving. Yeah, he's got something going there. He's working with some others. So don't stress. Biden will get those things done, Clarence. It might look like caving, but it's not. It's, yeah. Okay, so will indictments for Trump come out of the grand jury in New York? 6 of Water, quid pro quos, laundering even. The lower world, the devil, 15. Stuff he's been doing that has not been good and repetitively doing. 3 of water, that's yes. The moon, lies and deception with money. 2 of water, deals. Yes. 5 of air, abuse. King of water, yes. Oh, the tower. Universe, keys. There's that universe card again, keys. The sun, yes. Yes, yes. There is going to be indictments, and they're going to be big ones, and they're going to, the indictments that will come out against Trump and against his children are going to be key indictments. Here's that ibis again. It is going to bring the corporation to its knees and put, yeah, there will be the devil to pay. Yes, there will be indictments coming out of that grand jury against Trump and against some of his children. Okay, the big oils on climate. Okay, I'm going to get a different deck for this one. Okay, so just bear with me for a few minutes, guys. I want to go and get a different deck to do this reading on climate. Okay. Bring out the Jura Tarot deck. Very earth-based and stuff. All the changes in the oil companies. What will it mean for climate? And what was Michelle? What was she saying about the boards on the oil companies? Just for a little bit of background here. I mean, I could do it cold. The changes to the boards. And changing their board of directors. Are they changing? Will they be forced to change? Is this all the companies or just some? Who doesn't watch Rachel Maddow? I watch Rachel and Chris Hayes on CNN, who is, to me, just a male version. Honestly, they could be twins. The way they move, the way it wouldn't surprise me to find they were related in some way, because their syntax, the way they talk, the way they move, the way they position. Honestly, it's like they could be twins, separated at birth. I have a geek crush on Chris Hayes. He's got the most piercing eyes behind the major oil companies. Okay, so they're changing their boards of wow. What will this mean for climate? Guide to the highest truth and compassion. Okay, let's have a look. Four of Swords. Okay, so I'm using a cross here, a 5-card. The situation, Four of Swords, is changing. It means this person is sitting back and reflecting. Sitting back and reflecting. Pulling back on some changes. They're going to look at the way in which things are run. The fact is that oil is still needed in the world. But the way in which it's gathered, the way in which it's refined, there's going to be some reflection on some of the processes. And some of the rehabilitation of areas where they get it from, either around the sea or if it's on land. We have, in Australia, we have quite strict rehabilitation laws for mine sites and drilling sites and all that. The amount of rehabilitation that the company has to pay for and things like that, they have to do it. There's going to be lots of reflection on that. It's definitely sitting back and reflecting. And I think it's going to be 4 key areas that they looking at what they can do to make changes. In the past, okay, this is interesting. It's got the wheel of fortune. This is something that they were always going to have to do. It's something they've been avoiding for a while, but they cannot avoid it any longer. So they really have to do this. It's come to a point where they can't avoid it any longer. The future, 9 of Cups. They are going to make some changes, some much needed changes and some wanted changes. And it's not, I'd like to say it was all based on environmental and all that, but it's also money-wise. Other alternative energy sources are coming in. So some people aren't using oil and gas and stuff the way they used to. There's winds and, it's also hydroelectricity, which is hugely damaging to the environment. But so there's changes they have to make. So they will be making changes because they need to in order to get back what they've lost due to alternative energy fields, or to gain back some of that. But it means looking at how they can reduce emissions, and even looking towards alternatives. This is interesting because you see the 3 swords here, and this sword is on their lap and it's pointing away from the tree of how they've always done things. So they'll be looking at other directions that they can invest in, and that could include wind farms and other areas. Ten of Wands, yeah. And one of the reasons behind this is the increasing burden that's being placed on them too. Calls for them to shut down, force them to cease production. The effect it's having on their shares and things like that. So they felt the increasing burden of the call for alternate energy sources. So they're going to be moving towards some of those as well. What is going to be the outcome of all this? Standing firm, setting new boundaries for practices. Setting new boundaries for practices. Will it help the environment? Ace of Cups. That's good. Will it help the environment? I got the Ace of Cups. That's good. There's going to be new boundaries with regeneration. possibly even investing more in rehabilitation of sites and cleaning up waterways. The Ace of Swords, yes, they're going to have to cut through a lot of crap. I said, will it be good for the environment? I've got 2 yes. Yes, it will be good. Will they be able to cut their emissions? Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's interesting because you mentioned the court orders to Shell. Up comes the lawyers. Oh, 45%, Queen of Cups. They will be able to do it. They'll be able to start cutting emissions. But I think they'll be doing a bit of an appeal, like we need more. Maybe 2 of Swords. Yeah, there's certain crossroads, there's certain benchmarks that they're going to have to meet. King of Wands, yeah. There's definitely the new leadership is going to in the companies. That's what they're there for, to make those hard decisions. 10 of Cups. Yeah, it is going to help. Yes, they are going to have some impact. But it's not just a couple of companies that have to be on board with this. Their changes, they might emerge as, I think they're going to emerge, where's this card, as leaders in looking towards alternatives. We can go the old way or we can go the new way. We need to go the new way for better family lives and things like that. So they're going to strengthen up, but I do feel there's going to be a bit of an appeal on the not cutting the emissions, but the amount in which they've been ordered by, because it just might not be practical to do that. But yes, there will be changes, and they will be cutting through a lot of things, old practices, I think, that people have been telling them about that need to go for a long time. By the end of 2030. They might appeal for a bit more time with that. But yeah. Okay, so that was really interesting. I'm looking to wrap it up in a few minutes, so I may as well go straight to the 3 hours. It's 2:38, 2 hours 38. If you guys are willing to hang in with me for another 22 minutes, I can do a few more readings. But you know what? It is getting quite late. So what I might do is wrap it up. And thank you for joining me. His health isn't good. Mitch McConnell, we'll have a quick look at him. His health's not good. How is his health? I think he has been talking with the Democratic governor, the King of Wands. He's been talking with the leader, the Hermit, needing to go to the Tower. Yeah, no, his health isn't good. I think he's coming up to some big changes. King of Cups. He's been talking with the Democratic governor about putting in another Republican, but I think he might not have any choice soon. He wants to hold out to them, but I don't think he's going to be able to. Yeah, he's got some news coming up about his health institution. The Lord, yeah, he's going to have to. Yeah, things happening to him. Okay, thank you very much for joining me, especially as I started so late. Everyone have a wonderful time. I've done it again. Put cards in it the wrong way around. And look after yourself. Stay strong. Stay healthy. Stay loving. And I will see you again in a couple of days. Okay. And I'll let you know what I decide about doing some courses. Okay. Bye-bye.